Well, that's pretty cool. Got a little bit of snow. A lot of it's melted off. We had about an inch this morning. It's pretty cool. It's actually really cool because it's like 23 degrees out. And I don't think it's going to get much warmer today. It does look like the sun's starting to peek through a little bit. The sky is turning a little bit blue. But then I think it's supposed to drop down to like 12 degrees Fahrenheit tonight. So, got to thinking, hey, it's a good time that I update my bag in my truck, my emergency bag. So let's go take a look at it. Excuse me. This is what I'm going to be putting in my bag. I dumped it out, took all the summer stuff out, and I'm getting ready for winter. Just basic, a little bit of something, kind of whatever stuff. I'm adding some things, and there's some things that I still don't have, but I thought I would talk about it a little bit. First off, my son is usually with me, so I've got some stuff for him. I got a pair of gloves, of course the pen drinking. Sorry about that, folks. That was the wife calling. She usually calls on her lunch break wherever I'm at, so it's kind of nice to get to talk to her for a little bit. Anyway, I was talking about my son's stuff. I got him a new pair of gloves that he obviously can put on his hands. He hates gloves, but he thought these were cool, and they are pretty cool. Extra pair of socks, shirt, like sweatpants, and his face mask. It's kind of cool. There's some stuff, of course, I'm going to add. A light jacket for him. Still got to find one of those. For myself, I love long johns, so long john socks. A light jacket for myself. Under here, a tarp. Just thinking ahead, it might be a good idea to have a tarp that I can throw up and make a little shelter of some sort. Keep out of the rain, out of the wind, out of the snow, whatever. I'm kind of preparing for the worst, which is this. This is the RV kind of toilet paper. It deteriorates pretty quickly. It's biodegradable, whatever. It doesn't stick around like other toilet paper does. Good pair of mittens. I actually got these for my wife, and she thinks they're stupid, so they're going in the bag. Ooh, sorry, blocking the camera. Let's do this. I've set this Band-Aid here. I don't have a first aid kit in any of this stuff, and I've been going without a first aid kit, so that's a good idea to have. And I will be getting one. Now, it doesn't have to be like one that's got a Stokem basket and a Hoyer lift and all that other crap. You know, just basic stuff, and I think I'll be okay with that. This is empty. I take daily medication. I take blood pressure medicine and cholesterol medicine because I'm a fat piece of crap. I'm overweight and I'm old and I don't eat healthy. So the reason I got this here is if I can store a little extra medicine, I don't want to have it in a little Ziploc baggie because that could look funny if I get pulled over or something and, you know, they're going through everything. So instead of carrying it in the bottle or bottles, I can just put it in here, and at least it looks like it's legal, which it would be legal, but just to keep, you know, keep everything copacetic. I guess that's a word. I don't think I've ever used that word in my life. Speaking of legal, there's some other stuff that, you know, check your laws and see what you're allowed to do. This is a little North American Arms, little tiny Magnum, 22, and it folds up. I'm trying to do it one-handed. It's got a little clip on it, a little 5-shot wheel gun. Cool little thing. See up here. Okay, this is a little world band radio, and now I'm not going to be listening to England if we're in a accident and stranded somewhere. This is just, it has AM, FM, and it's rechargeable. So if you're stuck in a storm, stranded somewhere, and you want to know how long it's going to last, this is kind of handy, and it's rechargeable. Like I said, you can just plug it into the battery in the truck if you need to, whatever. Most of you that follow me know that I'm a amateur radio operator, and you know that I've hated this radio. This radio also has FM on it, FM broadcast for the news and stuff, but instead of wasting the battery on this one, I can use this to transmit, call for help, whatever, etc. Now, of course, there's one in the truck, but if the truck breaks down at the bottom of a hill in a ravine where there's no signal, it's going to be pretty handy to take with me. The battery is awesome in it, even though it takes forever to charge. I charge it up and it lasts forever, so that'll be going in the bag. Sterno, little canned heat. These things are so cool. 4.5 hours of heat, and I suppose that's probably, there's 2 cans, so I suppose that's probably both cans. Now the reason this is I can light this and I can have my hands warm while I'm gathering firewood, whatever. I'm kind of torn on matches. These are waterproof matches. and a little waterproof container, but the stupid strike pads on the outside, I just think they're dumb. The container itself's pretty cool, and yeah, okay, matches are all right, but why not have lighters? Lighters are easy, and they usually work. If they get wet, you dry them out, and they work. Oh, whatever. To go with the fire, this little thing, this little, I think it's Stanley. Yes, it's a Stanley. It's got 2 cups inside of it, and it's a little pot you can cook in. It's got the cool little lid. There's one of the cups. There's 2 cups stacked in there. This thing is worth its weight in gold. This thing is awesome. Boil water over the little sterno, or you can keep your hands warm, like I said, while you're getting a fire. Bouillon. It's kind of a weird thing too, but you could drop a couple cubes in the water, and then you got some kind of soup. Warm soup when you're wet and stranded is pretty nice for morale. Trust me, it is really nice to have. Leave a note on your truck, whatever, if you're broke down. Hey, this is what time it is, and I'm walking this direction. Come help, whatever. More food. This stuff has like a 2-year shelf life. I could probably hear the jokes already, but anyway. Speaking of morale, little bit of this stuff can freeze, and it doesn't matter. I've never had that. I don't. Jamaican smile. Whatever. That could be nice too. Flashlight. I had this little flashlight in my summer bag, and it works great, but the switch is so easy to turn on, and I'm afraid it's going to get bounced around the bag and get turned on, the battery be dead. This little guy's got a real hard switch on top, and it's super crazy bright, and it's got a magnet on the back here that you could turn, stick to something, whatever, and anyway, it's handy. With the fire, these are fire cubes. They're in, I think that's Hulk. Yeah. There's 4 cubes in here. They burn for like 5 minutes each or something like that, or maybe not that, maybe 2.5 minutes. Each one of them, so that's pretty cool for starting a fire. And I just said I hated matches, but I have a whole bunch of matches here. This I use as another fire starter. I take 3 or 4 boxes, and I kind of stack them, light one match and kind of put it back in the box and put it under, and then it flames up real big. That's a good way to getting the fire to start. If everything's wet and miserable, just an extra thing to have. This hatchet is crap. I got it from, I think, Walmart, as much as I hate to say it. Come with this really big ferrule rod, and I was like, yeah, man, that's cool, until I looked at it, and it's just, if the camera will focus, it's just a little tiny ferrule rod on a piece of plastic. But you don't see that. You see this part when you buy it. So you think it's one big ferrule rod, but it's plastic. It's just a little tiny ferrule rod. Piece of crap. The hatchet itself comes with this case, which is whatever. It's stupid. It's worthless for cutting down trees or whatever, but it is kind of sharp, so that's kind of neat. And I guess they have little wrenches up here. Somewhat of a hammer, I guess you could use. Got a good bit of cordage, so that's kind of okay. I mean, whatever. I probably paid $6 for it for a throwaway knife. I guess that's all right. A little handsaw, a little bit of rope. Coffee. Gotta have coffee, especially after a cold night of sleeping in the woods. When you don't intend to, coffee is very welcome. Got a little can of bread. Delicious stuff. Can opener. I don't have a can opener for that. Of course, I could open it with the hatchet if I needed to. You could walk it around. There's ways to open in cans. This is something else I'm working on for my little boy. He's particular with what he eats. He wouldn't eat the meat, and of course he can't drink this stuff, and he probably won't eat the bread. Of course, if he's hungry enough, he will, but why go through all that? So I'm making him his own little emergency morale kind of kit. Not the Coke. No, we're stopping right here. Cheetos may go in. I don't know. But Capri Sun, I don't know if it'll freeze. If it does, I don't think it'll swell up enough to break the bag, because it feels like there's not that much problem. May have to experiment with that, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, a couple bags of chips, Kit Kat, chocolate, just enough to keep him happy. Now, once he gets older, I'll probably give him his own bag and let him build up his own sort of stuff. That might be kind of a fun thing to do, And anyway, folks, that's pretty much it. I need a bag. The bag I had is ripped and crap, and it's time for a new one anyway. But maybe this will get you guys thinking about something to keep in your car. Extra blanket, extra coat, some extra boots, something. Anyway, better to be safe than sorry, I guess. Well, I suppose that's it. I hope everybody's keeping warm. Thanks for watching. And as always, Epstein didn't commit suicide.